Okay, so we're going to look at in the Platinum textbook, exercise 3. Okay, exercise 3, page 9. Okay, page 9. Alright, yeah, that will help you, eh? Exercise 3, page 9. So we're going to do number 2, just that first one for now. A, where they gave you the sequence 9x plus 8. And then 2x minus 6, and then x minus 8. Right, so the first question was determine the value or values of x for which these terms form geometric sequences. Okay, so the thing is, you know it's a geometric sequence if the ratio stays the same. That's the important thing. If the ratio is always the second term divided by the first term. Okay. When you take the second term, divide by the first term, you find the ratio. Now, if you look at the third term and you divide by the second term, you're supposed to get the same answer. Okay, because with the arithmetic sequence, the difference stays the same. You add 2, you subtract 3. With ratios, you have to multiply by the same number. And to find that number that you need to multiply with, you need to take the second term divided by the first term. And then you can check if the third term divided by the second term gives you the same answer, then you know it's geometric. So if they say for which values of x will it be geometric, you must figure out what values of x will work, and the way you figure it out is to check when I divide, how can I get the same? So if I'm going to say there's my second term, 2x minus 6, and I divide by the first term, 9x plus 8, I'm supposed to get the same, okay, term 2 divided by term 1. You can write at the top term 1, term 2, term 3. Now I can say if I take term 3, x minus 8, and I divided it by term 2, 2x minus 6, I'm supposed to get the same answer. Then I know if I get the same. Now, I put them equal because I want it to be the same. Okay, I want it to be geometric. So if I want it to be geometric, I must say when I divide them, I must put them equal. And then I can see for which values of x will it be geometric. Okay, does it make sense? Okay, so now we just have to solve this. So we cross multiply. So we're basically going to put the brackets around, multiply that one, put the brackets around, multiply that one, and then we're just basically back to algebra, grade 10 algebra. Okay. So we're just going to say 2x minus 6 times 2x minus 6, and here x minus 8 times 9x plus 8. So now we just multiply 4x squared minus 12x, again minus 12x, and then negative 6 plus 36. On this side, 9x squared, and then plus 8x, and then 9 times 8 is negative 72x, and then negative 8 times 8 is negative 64. Sure, so that's a bit of a story. And obviously now it's 4x squared, 9x squared, so I'll rather take it to this side, that the x squared stays positive. So we're going to have 0 equal to 9x minus 4, which is 5x squared. Minus 12 is negative 24. If you take it over, it's plus 24. So 24 plus 8, 32. Okay, and then minus 72. So it's negative 40x. And then the 36 goes over, so it's going to be negative 100 on this side. Okay, now we can just see if we can't simplify it first. We can divide everything by 5, and then we get x squared minus 8x minus 20. So we just divide everything by 5, and now we can say therefore it's going to be x, remember the rule, minus and x plus, and then obviously 10 and 2. Okay, that's just grade 10 work. I just go through the factorizing again. Just go through all the factorizing again. Look for a common factor, divide by the common factor, that you can try to get x squared if it's possible, and then think of the minus, and minus means it's minus and plus. And then to get negative 8, it's negative 10 and plus 2. Negative 10 times 2 is negative 20, negative 10, sorry, negative 10 times 2 is negative 20, negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8. So that means x must be equal to 10 or x must be equal to negative 2. So you actually have two solutions. Okay, you see they said there in the beginning, determine the value with brackets s, value. So it can be one value or two values. In this case, there were two solutions that will make this thing geometric. Okay. And then they said determine a formula for the nth term. So for the nth term, you need to now, for 2.2, look at a r to the power n minus 1. Okay? So we know now that, let's say we use the 10. Okay, let's see. 9 times 10 is going to be 90, plus 8 is 98. Okay, if we put 10 in here, so here if we put in 10 here, we're going to get term 1 is equal to 98. Okay, term 2, when you put 10 in here, 2 times 10 is 20 minus 6. Okay, 14. And that's actually enough. Now we can say, okay, so A, our first term is 98. The ratio is the second term divided by the first term. So the ratio would be 14 divided by 98. Sure, what's that going to give you? Actually, I see now, yeah, the next one will be 2. That's easier. 10 minus 8, the third term, we can even use that. We can say it's fine if you do that. You can say, okay, my third term is going to be 10 minus 8 is 2. So let's rather take term 3 divided by term 2, which is 2 over 14, which gives you 1 over 7. You can do that. Remember, because we said they must stay the same. So it's easier to use the third and the second term to find 1 over 7. So it's 1 over 7 times n minus 1. And then the last one, they just said determine the value of the 10th term. So then for 2.3, you just substitute the 10th term. So it's 98, 1 over 7 to the power 10 minus 1, and then you just solve it on the calculator. Okay. All right. So that was that number 2.